Good morning, students. Today we are going to study a lesson from your English literature book. From your book, First Flight, we are going to study a poem, The Ball Poem. It is in the third chapter, The Ball Poem. It is the fifth poem of your story. It is a very nice poem. This poem is written by the great English poet John Berryman. Before starting the poem, I will give you an introduction to the poem. In this poem, the poet is talking about the loss of a small child. There is a little boy who has a ball. When his ball is lost, the ball falls down. The ball falls down into deep water, and the boy is helpless, and he is unable to bring his ball back. Then he feels so sad. The poet tries to explain to him that he should not be so sad on losing the ball. Gradually, he will learn to bear the loss. As he grows up, he will have many things, many possessions, and many of these things will be away from him. Maybe someone will take away those things from him or snatch from him, or many things will be lost. And so gradually he will learn to bear the loss and live a normal life. So with this background, let us begin this chapter. And we will also discuss some poetic devices used in this poem. Poetic devices the writer uses to create a special effect in their writing. Poetic devices makes the sentence more beautiful, more interesting, more effective, and more inspiring and impressive. So now let us study the poem. This is 18-line poem, total 18 lines in the poem. First I read the poem, then I will explain. What is the boy now who has lost his ball? What is he to do? I saw it go, merrily bouncing down the street, and then merrily over there it is in the water. No use to say, oh, there are other balls. An ultimate shaking grief fixes the boy. As he stands rigid, trembling, staring down all his young days into the harbor where his ball went. I would not intrude on him, A dime, another ball is worthless now. He senses first responsibility. In a world of possessions, people will take balls. Balls will be lost always, little boy. And no one buys a ball back. Money is external. He is learning well behind his desperate eyes the epistemology of loss, how to stand up, knowing what every man must one day know, and most know many days how to stand up. So, already we have discussed that in this poem. We are talking about a ball. A boy has lost the ball. Now, poet telling what? What will the boy do now? He has lost his ball. I saw it. He saw it. He saw the ball dribbling, moving happily, going merrily means happily. So happily bouncing, jumping. The ball were bouncing, jumping down the street and falling down the streets. It went there and fell into the water. Ball has fallen into the deep water. The boy is now so sad. He is feeling helpless. He is unable to get the ball. So the boy is feeling so sad, so helpless. He has lost his ball which he liked most much. This is the first loss of the boy. First time in his life he has lost something. So, extreme grief, sadness has covered the boy. The boy is extremely sad. He had lost his much loved ball. So, the boy is standing there weeping, so sad, helpless. He is unable to find the ball. He is trembling, shaking, his eyes fixed at the ball. So sadly, he has become so rigid, stiff due to sadness. All his happy days of his younghood, all happy days of those past happy days, happy moments, has gone there with the ball into the water. The child has forgotten all his happiness, happy moments of his life. Only sadness in his heart now is filled. Now the poet says that I will not intrude. He does not want to disturb the state condition of this child. At this moment, the poet does not want to disturb his condition. The poet wants that the child should understand, realize the responsibilities of life, that he has lost something in life. Many persons, all persons lose something or the other, and he has to bear this loss patiently. The poet says that there is not much value of this ball, only a dime. Dime is US currency, 10 cents is one dime, just as 100 paise is equal to 1 rupee, same way 10 cents is equal to one dime in US currency. So poet says another ball with one dime can be bought, but it is worthless. It is worthless to say the boy these things, that it is worthless. I can buy you ball, you don't be sad. No, the poet wants that the child should feel, realize his responsibilities, that he has lost something in his life. He should realize the responsibility of life, that in life everybody must be careful. Otherwise, his most loved possessions, loved things will be lost. And if something is lost, we also must have the patience to bear those loss. So the poet doesn't convince the child. He thinks that child must understand, realize himself to, and he must learn the responsibility, be careful about responsibilities in life. He says that money is external thing. We can buy the ball, but so easily we should not do so. Everybody must feel, if anybody lose something, he must feel its responsibility, that what he has done, that he has lost something. So he must learn from them how careful he should be in his life. Now he is learning the knowledge of loss. Why, in which situation we lose something. The poet says balls. Balls is the symbol of things, possessions in life. Many things, many possessions in our life we lose. But at that time, we must then realize that how careless we were. We were not responsible, so we lost our things. So we must be responsible to our life, must careful with the things, possessions we have in our life. And this way the child will learn how to bear the loss in life, and then again lead a normal life. Many persons know about the responsibilities, how to be careful in life, how to lead life this way. Many persons learns, and many persons have already learnt, and all the persons must have to learn this. Who doesn't know, he must learn the knowledge of responsibility in our life, how to be responsible, lead a normal life. So students, that's all for today. In the next class we will discuss the poetic devices used in this poem, and also we will discuss the question answers. That's all for today. Thank you.